Good morning, everybody. How are we doing? Sam here, United People's TV, and we're in the new digs. Now, if you tuned into the show last night, which was very unexpected, by the way, I'd only finished this about half an hour before the Mbeumo bomber came from Ornstein, but we were live. I was there sorting the framing out. The lighting wasn't good. We're here. Hopefully, you like it. Robbie, you don't. You hate the intro music. Turn it up there, my man, because I love that intro song. I tell you what, chose a pretty good day to get the studio finished, didn't we? Completed it last night. Then we had that bomber from Ornstein. And now this morning, Fabrizio Romano, I've already done an extra video. Let's be honest, it's been mad these last 12 hours. And I mean that in a good sense. Today is a normal live show. I've got everything set up properly. And I hope you like the look of it. You can't see it. Where is it? If I move out here. Little Cantona section back there. Got 5 shirts with Cantona on the back of it. I have changed the white balance. I've tried to sort it out. But, look, before I get started here, there's a few people I want to thank. Firstly, I thank my dad. He really has, as I told you, I'm not a DIY guy. He has helped me see this vision through. I think it's, if we compare where we were 10 years ago to where we are now, it's you've enabled this, and thank you for joining me on the journey. And look, I'll be here for the next 10 years, and I swear we're winning a title in this. I'm going to be in this studio. Well, actually, I'll be in Manchester when United win it. I can't wait for it. But I want to say a big shout out to Wood Veneer Hub. Right, I've worked. This is the first time I've worked with them. I've bought their stuff before, the paneling, the acoustic paneling. It's fantastic. All right. If you use the code UPTV, go to the woodveneerhub.co.uk. I'd recommend it. Big up to Andrew, who was actually a supporter of the channel, watched the channel, reached out to me when I said I was doing the new studio, and then provided this. It's awesome. I love it. And I can't wait for the rest. And I will do a studio tour separately. We'll do a little members-only video tour. I'll kind of show you what's here, show you what's behind the scenes. I'm so excited to get started with this new era of United People's TV. Now, today's a normal live show. We've got lots to talk about. We're gonna have a conversation about Mbeumo, of course we are. We're also then going to speak about Bruno staying. That happened about an hour and a half ago. United are acting like a club that has a plan. Yes, Glenn, I have moved the Amarin picture because the Fergie one's actually fallen off. The masking tape didn't hold it up. You can't see it off camera. Things change. We'll get it sorted, all right? Let me see who's here from the mods and the members, and let's get started because today's a normal live show. It might look a bit different, but today is the same live show. Carl, good morning to you. Stephanie, you're there as well. Alex, you're there. Ant, you're there too. Good morning to all of you. Josh, you'll be there, no doubt. We've got Steve. We've got lots of new faces in here. Thank you all for subscribing and becoming part of the family. Akash, good morning to you. Glenn, good morning to you as well. FDR Scott, what are you saying, sir? Saying good news, Sam, but could we still see Bruno go to a European team playing in the Champions League? Nah, man. Well, I mean, you could, technically. I'll run through that. I'm enjoying the race between Fabrizio and Ornstein. Fabrizio was sitting there this morning and goes, oh, man, you got the Mbeumo one on me. Come on then, boom. Let me go for the... Let me go for the Bruno bomb. Man, the same studio's giving me a we're winning the title next season vibe. Let's calm down. I don't think that's going to happen, but let's get into the news. And I tell you what, I think you all enjoyed that last night. Judging by the chat, that's the craziest chat I've ever seen on this channel. And yeah, I do love the old trophy room as well. We'll bring that back on occasion. This last night, it's kind of what David Ornstein does, right? Just kind of sits there quietly in the background, just letting everybody do what they're doing, and then boom, just slaps it on the table. And Mbeumo has decided to join Manchester United. He's looked at all the options that he had, and he had plenty. Let's be totally honest. He had plenty of options. He had 3 Champions League clubs that definitely would have wanted to sign him. Newcastle, Spurs, and Arsenal. All of those get pushed to one side for United. Like, it must piss people off so much. Like, we just finished 15th in the league. Had absolutely no right for Mbeumo to choose us, and he still does. I'm telling you, like, I know how bad this season has been. And I know that faith in Ineos is, well, it doesn't exist. They have to build that up. But clearly the club behind the scenes are able to sell a vision that fans can't currently see in order to get players like Mbeumo and Cunha through the door. Clearly behind the scenes of Manchester United, whether it's Amorim, whether it's Vavell, whether it's Barada, I don't know. But they're obviously able to convince players in a way that fans aren't yet convinced by what we're seeing on the pitch, which I think is a good thing. Well, it's not a good thing that we're that crap on the pitch, but I think it's a good thing that they're able to sell the vision behind the scenes. Eric, thank you very much for the comments on the studio. Lots and lots of you commenting on it. Sean saying, loving it. Big up to all of you, man. Arnathan saying, beauty of the studio. Gary, you're sending in 5 gifts, and so's Alan. And who's that? Chris, thank you very much, dude. You're sending in 10 as well. Everybody's getting involved. Honestly, a big thank you to everyone. I'm really, really happy with how this studio turned out. Let's get a bit moody. Let's get a bit red. I need to sort it out because there's loads of things you can do with these lights. It does look nice in red, doesn't it? It does look nice in red. It does look a little bit like a brothel. I'm totally honest. Anyway. Only Sam's? Who would subscribe to Only Sam's? Anybody? Yeah. No, I wouldn't. I'm going to leave it on white. Just for now, I like it on the white. Let's go back to the show and let's actually read through the news. Fabrizio, of course, followed up with what Ornstein said, saying he's decided to join Manchester United. And we ran through the full article yesterday, so don't particularly need to do it now. And it's everything that we said. Look, he's decided he wants to join United. He's got his options on the table and he's gone, you know what? Yeah, you could go to Arsenal, who are probably going to finish second next season. Could go to Spurs, who they had a worse season than we are, and they might sack. Postecoglou still might get sacked, right? Don't know. And then you've got Newcastle. I thought Newcastle and Mbeumo was a perfect fit. I really did. It's not quite worked out that way. Yeah, there's a lot we can do with these lights. I want to do some green and gold. I want to do some... What fun you could have with them. You can make a move. What was the one I liked? I like this one. Is that one? United winning the title. Man, you can have some fun with this. I want to try and link it all in and link it up. So, in fact, if I go for the... 1 second here. I want to go for the bottom light being white and the top light being red. I think that would be cool. Is that a good blend? I think that's a nice blend. Would Bruno and Walton work? I will find out. We'll find out. There's lots of stuff that we can do in the studio, and we are going to have some fun with it. And you can all get involved and tell me what to do. But as I said, I forgot to mention this now. This bit here, I mentioned it on the live show last night. That whole bit there at the top, that's all corkboard, okay? So what I want you to do, and I'll tell you when it happens, I'm going to open a PO box, and you can send me whatever you want to put up here. So for example, I've got some stuff up there. I've got like my ticket for Anfield. First time I actually went to Anfield. I've got that up there. I'm going to pin that up top. So you can have, this would be like the community section. It actually goes the whole way around the room. So it's my way of bringing you into the studio. It's the community sort of corkboard. I'm really looking forward to getting that started. I actually think the red and the white looks the best. Anyway, these are all good fun things we can do in the studio now. I timed that video well there, didn't I? Yesterday. I did my dream window. I spoke about Cunha and I spoke about the fact that I would love it to be Mbeumo next. And then that news came out last night. What's everyone's thoughts on Mbeumo? I'm actually interested to hear what you've got to say about him. Now, first time I went to Anfield was it last year? Was it before? No, it was last year with Ten Hag. That was when when Delot got sent off towards the end by Michael Oliver for like 2 mad yellow cards. And that was where I think Varane got man of the match. It was 0-0. No, Glenn, I can't. This camera will not be moving around. I might get a second camera in here. We'll figure that one out. But that's on the to-do list. This is V1 of the new studio. There'll be different ones. Ark, you're saying you're happy that Bruno didn't leave. I think, well, everybody knows where I sit with Bruno. I'm delighted that he didn't leave. Godwill, you're saying Mbeumo is the man. Yin, you're saying 60 mil for Mbeumo. We spoke about that yesterday. I don't know the price. The only price I've seen linked with Mbeumo was 50 million. Ant, you're saying it's about goddamn time we had a player with a good beard. Man, if you saw my beard is awful. I just get like a goatee. It's really annoying. Akash saying I rate Mbeumo. The chat just disappeared. He was excellent against Wolves, but I worry if he's a transition player. I wonder how he does against low blocks. Something I'm really looking forward to seeing United do next season, and I've not been looking forward to United doing this, is that watching us press. With Cunha, with Mbeumo, with Ahmad, we are going to be a real pressing unit next season, which is actually kind of a big part of the Amorim system. It was part of Ten Hag's system, but the press was relentless under Ten Hag, and there were too many gaps between the lines. That's why it never worked. Magmamo. First of all, that's a 10 out of 10 username. You just gifted 20 memberships. Magma. Big up Austin Powers. Old school. Alan is saying, wishing you and all the best in the new studio, Sam. Getting bigger and better. Thank you very much, dude. I think we are getting bigger and better, and you're all tuning in with it. I'm delighted with how it looks. I really, really am. But do you want to know something good and bad at the same time? Right? It's good for the fact that Manchester United have just signed. Well, I say just signed. We've signed Cunha, and now we're going to be in discussions over Mbeumo. I've kind of got to step back a little bit there because we haven't actually signed him yet. Calm me boots, Sam. But we're now going to be leading the race to sign him. We've got the step on everyone because he wants to join us. Mbeumo and Cunha combined scored 35 goals last season, which is great. United have just... Stop saying they've just signed. United could be bringing in 2 players who have scored 35 Premier League goals last season. We only scored 44 in the whole league last season. That's what I mean. It's like a good and a bad stat. It's good for the fact that United could be bringing in that many goals, but my word, how bad were United's attack last season? I mean, I knew they were bad. I just didn't want to remember how bad they were. And I want to show you this as well, right? Who's that? Is that Eric? Wrong one. Wrong lane. It's Alcantara. That's for you. Gifting 20. Big up to you, dude. Red Dreadhouse saying, how are you feeling, Sam? Are you buzzing? Mate, I'm buzzing, man. I'm speaking about Bruno next. One last little comment here before we speak about Bruno. When the Liam Delap story came out, was I angry that United didn't sign Liam Delap? No. Did I think it was a shambles of the club that we got rejected? No, I don't think that at all. I kind of understood why he would choose Chelsea over United right now. And then this, right? I'm going to read through it. The Athletic have dropped like a transfer deal sheet update, and there's some conversations we can have from that. But listen to this bit. On Monday night, the Athletic reported that Mbeumo had decided he wanted to join United. He had been on their list as an alternative. And now that Delap has chosen Chelsea, United have reconfigured the plans to try and sign Mbeumo. So because, and this is why I've got a smile on my face, because because Chelsea have signed Liam Delap, United have pivoted away and gone for Mbeumo instead. I mean, that might be the greatest pivot you've ever heard in your entire life. Of course, it leaves United short of a striker, and we'll speak about a striker later. But by the sounds of it, because Liam Delap chose Chelsea, United went after Mbeumo. And very quickly, by the way. Rex saying, love the studio. The new studio? The new studio. Amazing what happens to views and likes when United get a whiff of positivity. Mate, it is crazy. The whole United fan base is just this sleeping giant. We'll always be here through, thick and thin, and it's been a lot of thick for a long time. A lot of thin? Probably the wrong way to describe it. Anyway, we've been in the swamps. United will be back. He wants part of it. El Nathan is saying, I'm really worrying for Mainoo's place in this squad. What do you think? I don't exactly know where he fits in. Exactly. Because I was convinced that it was going to be in one of the number 10 roles, but now I'm sort of thinking that maybe he can be moulded into More of that number 8 that I think we need. Somebody who receives the ball from defenders first, but then brings the ball forward. And I'll speak about midfielders. There is a lot. This is going to be a busy, busy show, all right? A busy, busy show. And my lunchtime video today is going to be a really fun one, right? A really fun one. I'm going to be doing it on the pull of Manchester United. How it's still there. It's almost mythical. Because we've got no right. Really, really don't have any right to have a pull anymore. We haven't won the Champions League since 2008. We haven't won the Premier League since 2013. We just finished 15th and lost the Europa final to Spurs. Yet still, that's what I mean. It's almost mythical. Almost mythical. Thank you to everybody who's commenting about the studio. Caleb said it's a stunning studio. I really do think it is. I know you can big yourself up, but put a lot of work into making this look as crisp and professional as possible. These, if you don't know what these are original posters that we've designed when we're promoting the higher quality United People's Productions videos we've done. Got one here for the hairdryer for Fergie and Amrim, but that's just fallen off. The masking tape needs to go back on. So yeah, these are just custom made. Big up to Parry, one of the designers on the team, and we're going to be making more of them across the course of the season. But anyway, let's speak about this, because as right, let's talk about Bruno. Manny, you're saying Sam Bruno is an 8. The tattoo doesn't lie. And Mbeumo and Cunha as number 10s. Yes, please. Hey, look. Let's speak about Bruno. I've never hidden the fact that I didn't want Bruno to leave. I didn't sit on the fence. I didn't go, oh, well, you know what, you couldn't. No, I thought, sod that, screw that. I do not want Bruno to leave this summer. I don't care how much money you throw at me. I don't think that we can afford to lose our talisman at this particular junction. Next summer, I think you could have a conversation about it. I think there'd be far more logic. Not logic, but I can understand it being a bit more justified next summer. I don't think it could have been justified this summer. And now we've got confirmation from Fabrizio this morning that he has rejected Al Hilal's proposal. Despite the crazy contract from the Saudi Pro League club, Bruno wants to continue playing football in Europe. And maybe I think that was a comment that someone left down there. Maybe that is leaving the door open for United to sell Bruno somewhere else. I don't think it is. I really don't think it is. The only money that could have made United go, should we? Would have been nuts money from Saudi. The sort of money where you just can't, you go, can't really reject that, can I? And 150 million probably would have been that amount. He's not going anywhere. Let me know what you think in the chat. Are you happy about it? Wait, you can't be upset about it. You might think it's the wrong decision, but you can't be upset about it. Samir saying, with Cunha and Mbeumo, Xerxes as a false 9 has a lot more sense now. I completely agree on that. I do completely agree on that. Steve saying, can you release the production videos that are not released for members only? That's a fair enough point. Because there's one that we won't ever release. Because, because we didn't get into the Champions League. But we prepared it in time. Now, let me see what you're saying down here. Vic saying he pinky promised he didn't want to break it. And that is your default position, to play devil's advocate. It worries you a bit. And that is your default position, though. Going to have to improve his positional discipline to be our regular 8. I'm going to speak about midfielders later. It definitely is worth more conversation and more research. Like, as to the exact midfielder that would then work alongside Bruno. Because, look, it's not impossible. It's not impossible that we see Bruno and Mbeumo and Cunha kind of sometimes, not all three of them starting. Just kind of chopping and changing positions. You could technically see Bruno as a false 9. Potentially. I think you'll probably likely see Bruno more as one of the 2 central midfielders. I think so. I don't actually know. Like FTV saying, who do I want? I spoke about Adam Wharton yesterday. I just don't think I have enough understanding of exactly what United need in a midfielder. Because I keep going back to it, and I still stand by the fact that United needs somebody who can, as a central midfielder, can receive the ball from their defenders first, can play with their back to the whole rest of the pitch, and doesn't get worried about being pressed, not nervous about it at all, just playing out from the back. Like, it was still crap last season. It was awful. Really was. So predictable. No central progression at all. Goes to the wide centre-backs, goes to the wing-back, comes back to the wide centre-backs, goes back to Onana, and then gets kicked long. Because you could just never play it through the middle. Because Casemiro and Ugarte, whenever they played there, they never showed themselves for the ball. Bruno, I hate Bruno receiving the ball from the defenders first. That's like the worst position you can possibly have Bruno in. We need somebody who wants the ball in his own half. That's what you need. Somebody who actually just really wants possession. Ugarte is going to be, I said it last season, I'll say it again, Ugarte is going to be a good squad player for United. It's a lot of money to pay for a squad player, sure. Would Jan Neves have been a better signing? Yes, we didn't get him. Let's move on. He's won Champions League. I don't think Ugarte is a bad player. He's just got a very specific set of skills. Use him correctly, in the right way, with the right teammates, I think he'll do well. Same with Bruno. I just don't know who. We'll speak about midfield in a little bit because there's still so much to do this summer. There really, really is. Formation is changing to 3-5-2. It's always been the case. I don't know how many times I said it last season. It's obviously when United fans are frustrated, it's hard. It's hard. Yeah, Carrick-esque. We're never going to get another Carrick, but that's the signing I think we need. Somebody who's not allergic to possession in his own half. Is that a fair way to describe our midfielders in our own half? They really are. They're like, it's like an itch. It's like, get rid of it, man. You go over there. Somebody who's happy to slow the game down, who's happy to just have the ball, isn't scared of inviting pressure. Because when you invite the pressure and you're good enough to get around it, that's how you do central progression. You can't just pass it off to someone immediately. You have to say, come on in, Chong. No, off you pop. Lure the press in. Pass around it, walk through it. That's what you can do if you've got the quality. Tyler Fletcher, he's a good player. I'm looking forward to seeing him in the preseason. Let me see what you're saying down here in the comments. Sergio Busquets, someone's talking about Stiller. I think he's been getting linked with Real Madrid, isn't he? Just signed Baleba. Is Baleba exactly that? I don't know. I mean, he's obviously would be a fantastic signer, but I'm not sure he's exactly that profile. Now, let me see what you're saying down here in the chat. Missed a couple of super chats. Let me go back and read these. Bruno is a number 8. I think Bruno is a number 1. Bruno literally is number 8. Bruno is the box-to-box. But I think United want 2 of them. I don't think United want like a specific deep-lying playmaker profile. I think United effectively want kind of another Bruno. But somebody who's got that same sort of energy backwards. You know, Bruno's always thinking forward. He's a forward-thinking player. Always wants to bring the ball. You need someone with the same sort of energy and quality in the opposite direction. How can I bring the ball out of defence? How can I make myself in the right position for my defenders? What can I do here? What can I do there? That's the energy you need. That is easy. You're saying Bruno can't help but think that we've lost an opportunity to help with a rebuild that we won't get again. Doesn't have the defensive discipline to play at 6, and that's clearly the plan. I don't think we'll play with number 6. And I'll disagree, and I will go back to this. Right, this is something I really, really felt this summer with the whole Bruno conversation. You can talk about, we've lost the opportunity to help with the rebuild. The money that... You don't need the money from selling Bruno if United sell properly. Look at the list of players there. Garnacho, Rashford, Sancho, Anthony, Hojlund, Shaw, Malacia, Onana. That's like 7 or 8 players, easily north of 100 mil, probably 200 mil if United sell properly. This isn't a summer where you need to go and sell your best player. This is a summer where you need to sell the players who have no place in this team anymore. Are they harder sells? Yes. Go and do your job properly. Go and find those clubs. Go and negotiate. Maybe pay slightly part of the wages. I don't know what it is. But United have got so many players that we can sell this summer that I never thought that we needed to sell Bruno. Not to make money. It would have been a different sort of player. We'll find out. Could Manu be that number 6-8 player? Aaron, I think he could. I really do think he could. And I think that's going to be worthy of a video and a discussion at some point. Know who fits that bill? Tonali. Yeah, Tonali. After his first season, let's be totally honest, where he was banned for a year. He's a pretty good player at Newcastle. But that's kind of the whole Newcastle team, man. It's just full of those physical monsters. It's kind of why I thought Mbeumo was a perfect signing for them. Deluded. Ineos have no money. Barada said he won't spend. When did he say that? United have been very like this. We've got a budget. We know our means, and that's what United have been doing right now. We're still working within inside our means. Our budget was around about 120, 25 million. We've now signed these two players. What you've got now is United need to pivot and start thinking about sales because we've got Cunha through the door. And let's be honest, it feels like what United have done here is the Fergie playbook. Right, okay, so we're not doing well in the Premier League. What can we do? I think what we should probably do is go and sign some of the best players from other clubs in the Premier League. Okay, so you've got Cunha. Okay, you've got Mbeumo. Who's going to be next? Striker-wise, if you're going to sign from the Premier League, you're probably going to be going for Mateta, but not quite sure. Let's move on to run through the latest from The Athletic on what United's plans are this summer, right? Because this was released this morning. You can see there. Amram is also believed to want, so we've got Cunha, done. And Mbeumo, number 2, done there. Amram is also believed to want an athletic number 8 type midfielder, while strengthening in the wing-back area is also on the agenda. A new goalkeeper could happen, but indications at this stage are that this position is lower down the list. That's just a bit of information there from Laurie Whitwell, suggesting that United are going to be looking at, because we actually spoke about this, didn't we? We're saying, who's next? Who's next? We'll speak about strikers in a little bit, but an athletic number 8 type midfielder and another wing-back are on the agenda before a goalkeeper. Now, I've got a photo of Adam Wharton here, right? Can you just throw midfielders' names out down there? We'll probably tomorrow, or at some point this week, did one over the weekend, looking at like options for strikers. I'm going to do one on midfielders. Wharton will be on that list. Baleba will be on that list. Edison will probably be on that list. What's his name? Felix Nemecha from Dortmund. He'll probably be on that list. There's going to be others too. And, you know, in the video, my dream window video, right? I said, you know what I'd love United to do this summer? And maybe this is asking too much. Well, it's not, but this is definitely dreaming. I'd love United to go and find the next Adam Wharton before he's got the Adam Wharton price tag. Now, somebody in the comments mentioned Hayden Hackney from Middlesbrough, which I thought was a fair shout. And maybe United are simply too big a club to be able to find those players at those prices in a position which is going to have a lot of visibility and is important for the club. I'm not quite sure. But that's what I'd like us to do, because I don't think we can afford Adam Wharton. I don't really think we can afford Carlos Baleba. I think there's going to be 2 absolute premium Premier League level signings, and I don't think we'll have the funds for them. So I think we need to find either some smart buys or some buys that no one expected. I think that's probably what we're going to be needing for the rest of our signings. Maybe other than the striker. Jonathan, you're saying we aren't getting Wharton. I don't think we'll get Wharton. I'll say it now. I said it in the video yesterday. It was a dream video, right? Dreams don't always come true. Let me see what you're saying down here. Someone's saying Vitinha. A couple of you are saying Wharton. Lamine Camara from Monaco. Schneider. Amadou Onana. Morten Hjulmand. Hjulmand was the Ugarte replacement at Sporting. And if I'm looking at like a number 8 profile, I mean, he's a good player, but I'm unsure on that one. I know, obviously, he would suit the system. I know that Amram would know him. I'm guessing, yeah, he was. He played there for Amram. Ezekiel Palacios, Camavinga, Enzo Lefebvre. Is Enzo Lefebvre? Who did he join? Is it Sunderland? It was Sunderland, wasn't he? There's a lot of names being thrown out down here in the comments, right? And I'll look through them all, and I'll bring a video out probably tomorrow on that, because I think it's, by the sounds of it, by the sounds of the Athletic and Laurie Whitwell, it could well be United's next signing. And then we talk about strikers, all right? And this is also from the Athletic, saying Amram is a major admirer of Gyökeres. Whilst Semenyo from Bournemouth has also been looked at by United, Osimhen's expected wages had been seen as prohibitive, but there could be a re-evaluation. Now the move for Delap is off. I think because we've signed Cunha, because we are now going to be trying to complete the signing of Mbeumo, I don't think a striker would be next on the list for United. I think United have gone out and said, right, we've signed a lot of goals. We still need a striker, but there's other priorities now in this squad. And I think we're going to be reaching the point now. I say reaching the point. The bloody transfer window opened 2 days ago. We're watching United operate with an actual plan here, ladies and gents. Finally at the start of the summer. Finally. What about Grealish? Said nobody ever. Right? Cyan saying we still need to build our spine, central defensive midfielder and a centre-back. I think next summer is the centre-back conversation. Remember that Maguire's got 1 more year and Maguire will stay and then Maguire will leave next summer. That's when United will go big on a centre-back. In an ideal world, I'd like United to sign somebody who can play as a wide centre-back this summer. But I just don't think we're going to have the funds for it. I really don't. I really, really don't. Look, there's lots of you tuning in here today. First of all, welcome to the new studio. Welcome to United People's TV, the new era. If you are new, please do subscribe. Please get involved. And if you can, please do drop a like on the video. It makes a big, big difference. Right? Oh, God, don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. Nobody wants you. Genuine. We can't have good news 24/7, right, can you? This is expected news, but I swear on my life. What did I have up here? I had this conversation. I stopped that conversation. We're having this now. We're speaking about Sancho. David Ornstein. Right. Confirmation here. I'll read through the article as well. Mate, this is honestly, I think, the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen. For a professional footballer. I really do mean that. I know sometimes you can go with hyperbole and exaggeration, and it's kind of part of the internet, and people like extreme opinions, and that's what it goes. I swear on my life, this is one of the most embarrassing things I've ever seen for a professional footballer. Chelsea are sending Sancho back to Manchester United and paying Manchester United £5 million for the privilege. That's how little they want him at the club. And I said to you that this is going to be it's quite a big sort of draw the line in the sand moment for Sancho. He was in talks with them over a new contract. Because they'd obviously, as far as Chelsea were concerned, they saw enough that we were happy to keep you at the club. If you just reduced your wage demands, he didn't reduce them enough. Oh, mate, it is. Boy, oh boy, man. This guy might be the worst advised professional I've ever seen. Ever. Right? Sancho is leaving Chelsea when his contract ends after an agreement could not be reached over personal terms. He joined in a temporary transfer that featured an obligation to buy my arse. It would still require a deal between Chelsea and the player, which has failed to materialise. They're paying £5 million for him to leave their club. Mate, Sancho, man. I've told you that Sancho is going to be sat there on his porch when he's old and grey, just doing this, going, well, I made some wrong decisions, didn't I? Rocking back and forward. Freedom, yeah. Freedom my arse. Get Sancho away from Manchester United as much as possible. He cannot set foot in Carrington again. I mean that. And I know it might... I know some of you might consider it like unfair and extreme, but I'm not. I'm sorry, man. I'm looking at someone who's been given so many damn opportunities. So many. 3 months off he was given by Ten Hag. Obviously, I can see you're not quite happy here. Like, let's take you away. You can have 3 months. Whilst you're one of our most high-paid players, and I know all the Ronaldo shit's going on, but I'll give you 3 months and then come back. Right, you're still not done it. And then you call your manager a liar in public after he said you weren't training properly. Okay, so you completely undermine the manager who gave you 3 months off. Okay, well, all right, so off you pop. You're leaving the club now. Maybe go on loan to Chelsea. You might nail it there. No, you've been crap. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. One last opportunity. We'll give you a contract if you just take a pay cut. Nah, don't even want that. Opportunity after opportunity after opportunity gone. And now he's Man United's problem again. Deary me, man. But I know the Alexis Sanchez transfer was one that had a massive ripple effect that went through our football club. But I think Sancho might go down as the worst signing that we've made post-Fergie. The whole sort of story of it all. The undermining managers, the attitude when he's come back, the going to Chelsea on loan, the being sent back. It's bad, man. It's bad. I'm going to go down and read some of your comments. Well, at least we got 5 mil. The issue is, now, who's going to buy him? Imagine trying to sell Sancho. What do? You pick up a call. Yeah, how you doing, Dortmund, lads? Yeah, remember that Jayden? Yeah, go on in. Yeah. Oh, you don't want him? Okay, good. You won't be able to sell him for free, man. Yeah, we did chase Sancho for 2 years. I mean, who could... Hey, look, I think if United did their due diligence better, they would have been able to see more red flags. I think we ballsed up on that. Because the red flags were quite obvious. As soon as you actually did some digging, then you saw the fact that Dortmund's assistant manager... And this, mate, we go back, mate. Sancho, man. Oh, are you saying the constant back and forth with Fab and Ornstein? You are locked into that. You are locked into that. Eric Ten Hag heavily favoured Anthony Sancho, not the issue. Boy, I swear to God, if you can actually defend Sancho at this point, you have your nose so far up his arse that it's coming out of his mouth. If there's anybody that's still got the energy to defend Sancho, fair play to you. Fair play to you. Because you won't get that from me. The amount of opportunities that he's just dusted off. Enzo, it's a question. You're saying, can we release him? If United were to release him, United are going to have to pay a year's salary. And what's that, 250 odd grand? I don't know what that would be. Say it's like 200k a week, 800k a month, 12 months. That would be United spending somewhere between 5 and 10 million pounds to pay off his contract. You can't have good news everywhere. It's going to be a big task for United to be able to get rid of Sancho this summer. Honest to God, what's your predictions down here? What do you think happens with Sancho now? Now that he's coming back to United, what do you think United will be able to do? Mark, you're not even playing devil's advocate here saying, what if Ruben sees something on tour? He will not go on tour. I do not want Jadon Sancho near any United player. Just going to be going in there whispering in the ears of people. You can understand that Rashford's head wasn't in the right place if Jadon Sancho was his best mate that he was talking to. Massively ill-advised footballer, man. Finn, you said we're going to accept a 30 million bid for him. I mean, good luck. Volpez saying we'll sell him for 20 mil. Man, I'd take 20. I would snap your hand off for 20 mil. Fifth Finger, great name. Great sandwich. Saying Dortmund will take him for 15 mil. Could be leverage for another player from Dortmund. I mean, I'm guessing Dortmund would want him back. Because, you know, Dortmund is a football club. But even like, remember when Dortmund took him on loan and they were like, oh, we love you. Yeah, we're not going to pay for you though, mate. Sorry. I forgot about that. That's another little story. Jeez. What an ugly career he's had since he left Dortmund. Such an exciting start to his career in that team that had Bellingham and Haaland, and it just ugly since then, man. Really, really ugly. Offer him to the Saudis, he'd probably reject that as well. In an ideal world, and I think I put this in my sort of dream cell, I think we had him down for about 20 million. I think United are going to be lucky. I think United are going to be lucky to get 20 million. It's going to be the wages that are going to be the big problem. But what? The wages, and everybody now knows what they're getting for Sancho. But yeah, if you're just joining and you've missed the news, David Ornstein's just dropped this. We are coming with the Ornstein bombs. Sancho hasn't agreed on a new contract with Chelsea. He didn't want to lower his wages enough. So Chelsea are paying £5 million to send him back to the club. That's... Firstly, you know what? I'm really annoyed, and I hope that this doesn't change in the future. I hope this does change in the future. Like, lads, if you're going to send someone out on loan, let's say we do it with Luke Shaw this summer, because I don't think anyone in the right mind is going to pay money for Luke Shaw, because you don't know whether he's going to be fit in 6 weeks' time, right? If we send Luke Shaw out on loan with an obligation, you better make sure that fee for cancelling the obligation is at least 50% of the fee. Because that obligation for Chelsea was 25 million. That fine should be 12.5. That should be built into the contract. And I think this is a mistake that United won't make again. Maybe that will make it more difficult for obligations to be accepted. I don't quite know. But I think that 5 million was a little bit too low. And had it been 10 mil, I think Chelsea would have considered it. Al Hilal have got the money for him. Well, they haven't signed Bruno. Al Hilal, come back in, lads. You want a goalkeeper? Come on, we've got. Yeah, you want an exciting young English number 10 who's played for United, Chelsea, and Dortmund and England. Oh, come on, in you come, lads. In you come. Got a perfect player for you. It's just. I honestly, I think it really, really is the most embarrassing thing I've seen from a professional footballer. I really do. The amount of opportunities that he's just completely dusted off. A real shame, I'll be honest. More a shame for United, because go back to this is what I was about to say. This is the Athletic. Right? The money assigned to Delap can now be used for the alternative player, which we know is Mbeumo. But signings beyond that are dependent on sales, and that's where United are at right now. That's kind of why I'm annoyed about this. I wanted that Sancho situation to be, boom, 25 million. Nice, we're in. That's the first sale for the summer done. Rub your hands together. That would have been a big moment. Because for United this summer, selling correctly is equally as important as signing correctly. I think we've got Cunha in, got Mbeumo coming in next. Let's see who comes in after. Let me see what you're saying down here. Billy, Sam, do you think we need homegrown players to fit that quota? Or are we good on that? I think we're fine on that. I think we were quite close to it before, but I actually think that that's changed. I don't know the exact numbers, though, so I can't confirm that. But I think we're all right. I still can't believe that. That's Sancho. Right? A little bit of another update here from Fabrizio, which, let's be honest, not really much of an update. We kind of already know this, but I don't know. I don't know who we sell him to. I really don't know who we sell him to. I think United are going to have to do a lot of selling, a lot of cold calling. I don't think there's going to be a loads of clubs knocking on the door trying to get Sancho. Hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there'll be clubs that are still willing to take a punt on him, but not the wages that he's going to demand. And clearly, it's the reason he's left Chelsea is because he wouldn't lower his wages enough. Man, that guy, the self-awareness of a spoon, really is, man. But going back to the Athletic, what I was saying there, sales are needed. So that's kind of where we're at. Cunha and Mbeumo, that's the budget. Any more, and there will be more signings, and there will be a lot of sales. And I can't agree with that anymore. That's a very weird way for me to phrase it. I completely agree with that. Sancho must be loaned out if nobody comes in for him. He cannot be part of that squad next season. I would, to a lesser degree, I would say the same thing as for Marcus Rashford. I don't think Rashford's anywhere near. I would consider Jadon Sancho is a toxic firebomb. There is nothing good that can come from Sancho coming back into Manchester United. He'll feel that he is bigger and better than the place, and it just strikes me as spiteful. I've got such a bad opinion of Sancho, man. I can't believe that. You've even got a club in the Premier League or in the Champions League that want you, despite all the crap. And all you've got to do is take a wage cut. And you say no to that. What is driving you? What is your priority? Oh, mate, it's the most ill-advised footballer ever. But yeah, we know we need to make sales. Something that happened, I was convinced. Did I just speak this into existence? I swear I read it in loads of places that United had a sell-on clause around 40 to 50% for Alvaro Carreras. Because you're getting reports from Spain this morning suggesting that United are going to receive 20% above 5 million, which is the amount that we sold him to. Well, sold him to Benfica. So if that's the case, 20% above 5, let's say he goes for 50 million. We won't go 50, is that 45 million? So 20% of 40 is 8 million. Well, maybe it's nowhere near as much as I thought it was. I might have been wrong on that one. Sometimes I'm wrong. Rex is saying, I don't understand the short-termism of Sancho. 1 year left on a big wage or 3 years on a smaller wage. You could be unemployed. Mate, it's just, I'm telling you, that is the most ill-advised footballer I've ever seen in my life. Just, it is clusterfuck of a decision, one after the other. And at no point during that whole spin has he ever gained some self-awareness to go, oh, maybe that shouldn't be my priority. Maybe that shouldn't be what's driving my decisions. Hookie saying he's going to sit out his contract playing Ultimate Team. United have got to get rid of him somehow. And there's other players that United need to get rid of. I wouldn't say that United... I think United do need to sell Hojlund this summer, right? Confirmation yesterday from Fabrizio that Inter have made contact. I think United... Let's be totally honest. Inter Milan don't exactly go big on signings, do they? They got Marcus Thuram free. They're pretty damn good at exploiting the free market, and they've done quite well at it. But this is going to be a summer of quite a bit of change for Inter. It looks like Inzaghi's going to be going to Al Hilal. It's an aging team. They got absolutely steamrolled in that Champions League final. They lost the Scudetto to Napoli. I think they got knocked out in the semi by AC in the Coppa Italia. They could have had a treble this season, and they got nothing. So it's going to be a big old change for Inter this season, and maybe under a new management. Hojlund will be good back in Serie A. I've got no doubt about that. But I just don't think that Hojlund will be good in a United shirt. I guarantee you, if this is the case, the first offer from Inter will be a loan. They won't come in with a bid. And I don't... United may well find, and I think I'd agree on this one, United may well find that the only way that we can get Sancho off our books is with a loan, another loan somewhere else. So the idea, we need cash. Cash is king this summer. There's only so much that you can put off onto next season. United need cash coming in. So the idea that we let Sancho go out on loan because no one's going to buy him, and then we loan Hojlund out and there's no cash from Hojlund either. And then what happens with Marcus Rashford? Somebody would try the same thing. United have got to get some money in. So I hope that this leads to a bid from Inter. Inter going to the Club World Cup. So that would probably mean that they would want him before. I don't quite know, if I'm being totally honest. Get Martinez for Hojlund. Lautaro is coming back in. Let's see. Mate, United have got such a hard sell this summer. And this is why I said this, right? And I'll be honest, it's pretty impressive seeing United get Cunha as quickly as we did. It's impressive seeing United not convinced, but make Mbeumo want to join us. Both of those, yeah, it's impressive. This is where I'm going to judge whether Ineos and Vivell and Barada and Wilcox are really, really good at what they do. Selling the players that United have no need for anymore. Selling Bruno Fernandes, it's not a hard sell. He's literally our best player. Look at the numbers. He's our captain. He's our talisman. You don't have to sell Bruno. Bruno sells himself. Pretty much every other player, I think Garnacho, we won't struggle with. And I actually think, weirdly, I don't think we'll struggle with Anthony either. I think both of those you can sell without too much of a problem. But Rashford, Sancho, I don't think you'll struggle to sell Hojlund either. But I think you'll struggle to get someone to actually pay money up front. People will just want loans. Shaw, I mean, good luck finding someone to pay for Shaw. You just wouldn't do it. You'd ask for a loan with an obligation. Malacia, you'd be able to do that. But this is tough, man. It's easy to see where the money gets raised. It's hard to think where these players are going to go from. Sorry, where these players are going to go to. And that's going to be down to the club. And that's going to be where they really do get judged, I think, this summer. Really and truly, I think Ineos get judged harder on the sales than they do on the signings. Signings are where the excitement comes. But in terms of actually rebuilding, you need to get rid of the broken engine before you put a new one in. And we need sales, not loans. That's exactly it, Aaron. Hero, thank you very much for being a hero down there. Gifting 10 memberships as well as Gaz. Both of you two. Icons. Look how good this studio looks, man. I know sometimes you shouldn't big yourself up, but so much work has gone into this and over such a long period of time. And I'm just so glad that the vision came through. Really am, man. I'm delighted. I can't wait to get this community board fitted. I can't wait to see what you send in. Don't send any dildos. Shouldn't have said that because someone's definitely going to send one now. Don't. I'm not putting it up there. Why did I say that? I feel like Hagrid and Harry Potter. Shouldn't have said that. Ryan is saying, Sam, do you think Bruno has screwed us over by not leaving? Will we be able to get a number 9 and a keeper for the money we have left? I've just explained it all. It's right there. Bruno's not done any screwing, man. That's what a weird way to do it. Has Bruno screwed us by wanting to say our football club is our captain? No, he's not. But it's up to the football club now to sell the players that do not have a place in this squad anymore. And they're the harder sells, right? They're the harder sells. The gong is up there. The OG gong. Pride of place next to United People's TV sign. Yeah, that's such a really... Need to get a Pick a Barry up there. Yeah, we do need to get a Pick a Barry up there. What an absolutely mad little 12 hours that was. First of all, with the Mbeumo story, it's big. And I'm going to do my lunchtime video on the pull of Manchester United because, yeah, I tell you what, ladies and gents, it is still there and people are fuming. I'm delighted that Bruno is staying. I understand if you thought it was right. I just disagree with it. I'm delighted he's staying. And then we got that news from David Ornstein, which is the news that, let's be honest, we all expected, but none of us wanted. Sancho's coming back and with a 5 mil check. Now we're going to have to try and find someone to sell him to. Not going to be easy. But thank you all for tuning in. Right? This is the new era for United People's TV. Yes, we do, and we're going to have to get a live meetup pick right there. You can see where it can go. We've got the space for it right there. Just need to be bringing someone in to help me organise all of that. Thank you all from the bottom of my heart for enabling me to do this. I like to think that the way I carry myself in United People's TV, I do it differently. I do it with integrity, and it's important, man. Never lose that. I know we've been in the swamp for a long time, but I've been here the whole way through, and I'll be here when United are good again. And I tell you what, it was only yesterday where I was saying, what's important about the number 47? Well, you got 47 days where you don't have to watch United again. And now, the bloody next day, they've got me straight back in. Because now I'm already excited to see United next season. Cunha and Mbeumo. Let's see about the striker. Let's see about another athletic number 8. Let's see about a goalkeeper. Maybe let's see about a wing-back and sales. It's going to be a busy summer. Make sure you subscribe because I'm going to cover it all. Big up to you. And I'll say one more time, thank you so much to Andrew and the woodveneerhub.co.uk for providing all these acoustic panels. It goes the whole way around. It's made a massive difference to the studio. Use the code UPTV and you can get 10% off yourself. And I can't recommend this product enough. It's fantastic. Loads of space in here. We can have a whole podcast in this joint. Take it easy, everyone. I'll see you later.